So you're trying to find out exactly what Crab Island here in Destin, Florida is all about. Stick around. Maybe you're visiting our beautiful Emerald Coast, or you're thinking about moving here to the Destin, Fort Walton Beach area, and you want to know everything there is to know about our beautiful Emerald Coast. Listen, I don't blame you at all. That's exactly what we made this channel for. So make sure you hit that little subscribe button, tap that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video. What is going on? It is Andrew with the Emerald Group, and I am so excited for today's video. Today we are talking all things Crab Island, one of my favorite spots in the entire Emerald Coast, probably one of the spots that make this area so great. Listen, we get calls, texts, emails all the time of people wanting to move to our beautiful Emerald Coast. And if that sounds like you, be sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. All my contact information is right below. Leave a comment down below, hit us up on Facebook, however you want to get a hold of us, because we've got your back when it comes to moving to the Fort Walton Destin area. Crab Island was probably the biggest, if not the only reason why Destin, Florida was named top 10 best places to live and boat in 2020 in the entire United States by Boating Magazine. One look at Crab Island and it's obvious why it's been featured on HGTV, Good Morning America, and more travel magazines than I care to count, and why it's visited by locals and tourists alike year after year after year. Now, strangely enough, Crab Island is not technically an island. That's actually kind of a misconception. It's technically called a sandbar because all of the sand is now underwater. Crab Island is located right in between Destin and Fort Walton, actually closer to the Destin side. Crab Island's location is perfect. Most of Crab Island is only 1 to 4 feet deep, makes it pretty good wading water, which cools you down and makes it great for just sitting alongside your boat or sitting in a floaty and enjoying a cold beverage. The great combination of the clear, shallow water with no waves and the super soft sand beneath your feet, that paired with the floating vendors, the entire atmosphere as a whole, all of that combined makes this an outstanding place for locals and tourists alike. Quick disclaimer, the video that you are watching right now was done during COVID, so most of the floating vendors that are out there, like the bars, the daiquiri shops, the floating obstacle courses and blow up things and all the cool stuff that's generally out at Crab Island was not out there during this time of shooting. But we will be remaking this video when all of that is up and running to do a more in-depth thing so that you'll know exactly maybe where you want to park your boat, your jet ski, whatever, to get the most bang for your buck. Whenever that video is up, check it out up here on the top right. That's where it will be. In the meantime, we'll put like a placeholder up there. First and foremost, to get to Crab Island, you need to get there by watercraft only. Watercraft meaning a pontoon boat, a fishing boat, a jet ski, paddleboard, stand-up paddleboard, even a kayak. Please, please, please do not try to swim out there. It's very dangerous. Please don't do it. We lose tourists every single year. There's so many ways to get out there. Please do it safely. Now, the most common way to get to Crab Island is probably by pontoon boat or jet ski. Both of these are great rentals. You can find them all over the place here in our area, and they're a great way to get there safely. Don't drink and boat. All right, you're out at Crab Island, you've just anchored, and now the festivities begin. Grab a cold drink, jump in the water, and enjoy the beautiful views all around you. Now, keep in mind that if you are going out there on a paddleboard, a kayak, stand-up paddleboard, something like that, you're not gonna have an anchor. So if you do go out there, you're gonna have to stay with your kayak or paddleboard or what have you, unless you decide to tie off to another boat, which is super easy to do. Everybody's very, very friendly. You can literally walk up to a boat of people and be like, hey, do you mind if I tie off here and go grab a drink at one of the floating vendors? Cool, you can generally do that. Most people are super, super friendly out at Crab Island. Now, once you get settled in, you're kind of floating around, you're ready to maybe go exploring a little bit, there's lots of things to do. Now, as I mentioned before, we didn't get video of it because most of it was gone, but there's a great place to get daiquiris, some food, margaritas out there and things like that. Now, for those of you that are enjoying a drink or two, you've got lots of swim-up bars to go to. You can even get up on the platform, sit at a normal bar or on a bench, picnic table, what have you, for whatever they've got out there. Grab your food, grab your drink, whatever you're doing. There's also other great activities. For those of you with kiddos, they've got these blow-up inflatable obstacle course things that they jump and climb on, and there are also lots of little vendors in these smaller boats that are selling just 1 or 2 items. Some of them are selling shirts and umbrellas and things like that to keep you safe. I think they're mainly poaching on the people that forgot sunblock. They also have things like boiled peanuts, shaved ice, ice cream, a bunch of other cool stuff on these little boats. Now you've got lots of other things to do at Crab Island, everything from kind of relaxing in your boat, catching a new tan, floating around with a nice cold beverage or a warm beverage, I don't know, whatever you're into, making new friends, tossing a frisbee, throwing a football. Really, anything that you can do at the beach, you can really kind of bring to Crab Island. Just be careful while you're walking around on the sandbar that you don't step on any crabs or anything like that. They will pinch at you a little bit. It's very rare, but you will see them. If you're lucky, the dolphins will be swimming just outside of the sandbar and you can actually watch them, which is pretty entertaining. One of my favorite things about Crab Island in general is it is a great place to make new friends. Now, they might not be lifelong friends, but I'll tell you what, I've never seen friendlier people than at Crab Island. Every single time we go, we're just surrounded with friendly people. You want to go, you like somebody's music, you go up to their boat and you start jamming out with them and they will love you for it. You know, you want to go and throw a football with a random person, you got it. You're sitting there throwing, like, I can't tell you how many times we're out there, we're throwing a frisbee, we're having a good old time. Somebody launches a little far, somebody else grabs it that's not in our group, that's in a whole completely different group, and they're like, oh, hey, and they just jump into fun with you. It is absolutely a great place to meet new, like-minded folks. All right, Andrew, Crab Island sounds awesome, but everything that you've talked about so far kind of makes it sound like it might be a drunk fest. Is that going to be the case? Maybe. It's all going to depend on where you park your watercraft, your boat, what have you, right? So if you're looking for the party crowd, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you like. You take your boat as you're pulling it in, you find the loud music, the people that are acting a little crazy at noon already. That's probably your party crowd. Park near them, kind of float in that same general area. You'll find more of the party younger crowd, right? But if you're looking for family friendly, and I stay on the outskirts a little bit, but the big thing to look for is look for other kids, okay? They're snorkeling around the boats, they're hanging out, whatever. If you're looking for more family friendly, that's gonna be the side that you're on. It's gonna protect you from all the shenanigans. And as far as the family friendly stuff, they do have things specifically for the kiddos, so they're not just sitting in a boat bored. When is the best time to go to Crab Island? Now, Crab Island is technically open 24/7. I mean, it's a part of the world. It's just out there. But most of the action is going to happen around March, April to about October when the waters are warm, all the floating vendors are out there, and there's lots of stuff to do. Outside of those times, the water's going to be a little bit cold, it's going to be a little bit miserable, probably not going to be your greatest time to go. Now, for those of you looking for a party day and looking to get a little wild and crazy, the best time to go to Crab Island for you might be on a weekend around Memorial and Labor Day in the summer. And for those of you looking for a little bit more calm, a little bit less crazy atmosphere, you're definitely going to want to go anytime it's open really, but during the week. And a little tip from a local here, one of the best times to go is during high tide. That's like when the water is just that gorgeous emerald color, like the insane color that you see all the pictures and stuff. And you're like, the water can't be that beautiful. It is that beautiful. So if you can, go during high tide. There's lots of apps and things like that that you can actually search on, and it will tell you when high tide is. So make that one of your days. You will not regret it. Andrew, you've sold us, man. What? We got to go to Crab Island. Now, what are we going to bring? Well, it's actually pretty easy. Bring everything that you would generally bring to like a beach or maybe a pool party. So a cooler with drinks and snacks, kind of coat that stomach there, keep you awake, keep you good, especially if you're drinking. Outside of that, like I said, frisbee, football, something to toss around, basically everything but like in a chair and an umbrella. You really don't need that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, Crab Island is one of the best things to do in our entire area. My suggestion, if you go, and especially if you're not used to driving a boat or something like that, is get something with a captain, bring your family. It is a good time. You will not regret it. It is kind of pricey, particularly in some of the more expensive months, but that's, you know, that's vacation for you. That's everything for this video. Regarding Crab Island. As I mentioned before, we will be reshooting a bunch of this once the floating vendors are back, so look out for that again right here. And thank you so much for watching. If you went to Crab Island or you've been to Crab Island before, I'd love to hear your comment down below and just tell me how your experience was. I'm very excited to hear about it. It's one of my favorite places of all time in this entire area. It's so awesome. And I'd love to hear your experience too. Make sure you tap that subscribe button and hit that little bell if you haven't already, and we will see you next week. See ya.